because they've already discovered which stories to tell and in what order to make buying easy. And I'm gonna give you a hint. They probably try to find common ground first and then use that as a springboard to present your offer as the solution to their specific problem, right? So just fill in the details and you've got yourself an on-demand sales experience. All right, here's a pro tip. Don't ignore the tricky conversations on that sales page, like pricing, competitors, data, or even potentially your own product shortcomings. You see, your salespeople have already been handling these objections, so your sales page, if you want it to work really well, has to address these issues also. Now, in the interest of full disclosure, I fought my strategy team's advice about displaying pricing on our sales page for at least 3 years. And when I finally caved and created some type of small, medium, and large generic pricing, I immediately noticed that prospects financially were vetting themselves, sticker shock ended, and we started closing deals faster. So now that you know how to use a sales page, my next technique is where a large number of your new deals are going to be won. And I call this show and tell sales presentations. While transitioning from face-to-face to remote sales, I always think about Donald Miller and how he teaches at Business Mastery that people are drawn to clarity and away from confusion, which means in this new world of remote sales, your biggest obsession needs to be moving each and every prospect away from confusion and then closer to clarity. But before I can show you how to deliver that type of epiphany, let's discuss what typically happens when a proposal is submitted for approval. Most salespeople email their proposals and then move on to their next deal. But that's a really low success rate tactic. You see, in most businesses, people don't make major purchase decisions on their own. Instead, we make important decisions as teams. And if you're relying on your internal champion who has been on each of your calls to explain your PDF proposal with the same finesse that you provide in person, you're really setting yourself up to lose. Instead, give your internal champion a show and tell presentation video that they can play for their entire team. Now, all you have to do is put your salesperson on camera while sharing your proposal at the same time and then walk your prospect's entire team through your proposal with the right level of clarity, certainty, and of course, excitement. To do this on the fly, I use a simple tool called Soapbox by Wistia that also can show you which prospects watch your video and for how long, including the parts they skip or rewatch. Now, my sales team, we use this tool to prioritize which leads are ready to buy right now. And when we started using video viewing time as an indicator of buyer's interest, we were able to prioritize which of our leads were actually buyers, and that alone collapsed our traditional 9-week sales cycle into 3 weeks. Because we weren't wasting time chasing hot leads and cold leads equally. Knowing which prospects are interested, well, that's a game changer in this new world where physical access and body language are no longer available. And my final video strategy knocks down one of the biggest limiting beliefs that people have about video. You see, far too often, people fool themselves into believing that they need to have an expensive camera to get started, but at the beginning, I prefer you use what you got and start creating video with your phone. You don't need to get fancy with your videos. Just start recording videos with your cell phone and don't worry about people judging your video quality. People rely on video so much now that they're gonna appreciate your effort and the accelerated learning that you've created for them. Later on, when the time is right for your business, you can professionally update your videos, but for now, take massive decisive action and put your best salespeople or company representatives on camera. You know, Tony reminds us repetition is the mother of skill, which is perfect advice for DIY video creation. For each video, start recording multiple takes. The more, the better, and with every take, just like a polishing stone that's going down that river, your videos will continue to improve. Now, before I wrap up, you have to remember to be competitive in this new world, you need a sales page for on-demand buying experiences. You need show and tell presentation and proposal videos. You need covert viewing data that'll help you prioritize lead follow-up. And you can get started right away by using your cell phone to record your videos. So now you know my top 3 strategies for increasing revenue in this new world where salesperson access is at an all-time low. Let's go.
Roland Frazier is an investor and a business strategist who drives growth and scale in his companies with the intention of exiting within 3 to 6 years. You might recognize his name as he has owned 5 different Inc. magazine fastest growing companies in 5 different industries. As you're about to hear, your business has 3 options right now: freeze and fail, fumble and maybe survive, or fight and grow. Here he is with strategies on how you can fight and grow now so that when things go back to normal, your business will thrive.
Hey, Roland Frazier here from All Channels Media, and I wanted to talk with you a little bit about 3 strategies for dealing with the current business environment that we're in right now. What we're looking at, number 1, is it's really important to have runway. And what is runway? Runway is we don't know how long this thing is going to last. It might last 90 days, 30 days, 3 months, we don't know. So what we want to do is we want to have enough runway, meaning that we want to have enough cash in our business to be able to survive if we are not experiencing growth through this. There's some very lucky companies that are actually growing as this situation unfolds, like online learning companies and shipping companies and grocery delivery companies and things like that. But there are also many businesses who are feeling the hit from having to close their business or move remote or even not be able to operate business at all. So the very first thing that you want to think about is, am I going to be able to have enough cash to survive this? And we look at this like a startup. Startups raise capital so they have enough runway to cover what they call their burn, the amount that they're going negative each month. So to know where your runway sits, you have to take the cash that you've got now and then say, how much is my monthly income? And subtract from that your monthly expenses. If it's positive, that's great. You don't have to worry about runway. Your runway is infinite. But if it's negative, if your expenses exceed your income right now, then you do have a limited runway. So you divide that monthly negative amount into the cash that you've got right now, and that's how many months you have to go. So one of our strategies for surviving this is to get more runway. And the easiest way to get more runway is to get more cash. Easiest way to get more cash is in phases. You can go get credit cards that allow cash advances. That's good for very, very short term. You can then get loans from banks. You can raise capital, but whatever you do, think about how to get as much cash available to you as possible. That gives you the greatest amount of runway. The second strategy is to know your cash flow. So we talked about cash flow determining runway. One of the ways